Did you send Marlon home? Whoa, you're on the 20th level.
Remember that warm feeling of Thursday nights? You rushing home after school, turning on the TV, and seeing that family that felt like your neighbors. Cliff Huxtable dancing in the opening credits, Claire dominating those discussions, Theo getting into trouble, Denise being the fashion rebel, Vanessa caught in the chaos, and Rudy melting our hearts. Well, my friend, The Cosby Show wasn't just the series that dominated the 80s. It was a financial empire you can't even imagine. Each episode of that family we loved cost the price of a mansion by today's standards. And what Bill Cosby earned per episode. Get ready to fall off your chair. Did you know this series saved NBC from bankruptcy? That it forever revolutionized how black families are portrayed on TV? And that even today, despite all the controversy, the financial numbers are absolutely breathtaking. So grab that coffee, get comfortable, because today we're going to take a deep dive into the shocking financial secrets behind this 80s masterpiece that marked an entire generation's childhood. And trust me, what you're about to discover will completely change how you see this beloved show. When The Cosby Show premiered in September 1984, something magical happened that nobody expected. Bill Cosby, along with producers Marcy Carsey and Tom Werner, had created what seemed like a simple concept, a regular family that happened to be black, wealthy, and genuinely funny. But behind those cozy Thursday night episodes was a financial machine unlike anything television had ever seen. The first shocking revelation? This series was filmed entirely in New York City, not Los Angeles, like virtually every other TV show. Why does this matter? Because filming in New York cost almost double what it would in Hollywood. But Bill Cosby insisted on this. He wanted authentic urban energy, real East Coast vibes, and he was willing to pay premium prices for it. This single decision added hundreds of thousands of dollars to every single episode's budget. But here's where it gets absolutely insane. At the peak of the show's success, between 1986 and 1990, Bill Cosby wasn't just earning actor money, he was earning empire money. His base salary alone was $1 million per episode. But wait, that's just the beginning. When you factor in his roles as creator, executive producer, and his percentage of syndication rights, Bill Cosby was actually pocketing $4 million per episode at the show's peak. Let me put that in perspective for you. $4 million in the late 1980s is equivalent to roughly $8 to $10 million per episode in today's money. We're talking about a sitcom actor earning more per episode than most Hollywood A-listers earn for entire movies. By the time the series ended, Bill Cosby had earned over $400 million just from this one show. But the financial madness doesn't stop with Bill. Let's talk about the rest of the Huxtable family and what they were earning. Felicia Rashad, our brilliant Claire Huxtable, started the series earning about $30,000 per episode. Sounds modest compared to Bill's millions, right? Wrong. By the final season, Felicia was earning over $150,000 per episode, making her one of the highest-paid actresses on television at the time. Now here's something that will break your heart, knowing what we know now. Malcolm-Jamal Warner, our beloved Theo, who we tragically lost in 2025, started as a teenager, earning $10,000 per episode. By the series finale, he was earning $75,000 per episode. But here's the kicker. Malcolm continued earning substantial money from reruns and syndication for decades. He once said in interviews that the Cosby Show residuals were like having a pension for life. The younger cast members had their own incredible financial stories. Kashia Knight Pulliam, little Rudy who captured America's heart, was earning $8,000 per episode as a child. With special trust funds and contracts protecting child actors, she was already a millionaire before she turned 10 years old. Lisa Bonet, our free-spirited Denise, was earning $45,000 per episode and became a teen icon worth millions. But individual salaries were just the tip of the iceberg. The production costs of The Cosby Show were absolutely staggering for a sitcom. Each episode cost between $800,000 and $1.2 million to produce in 1980s money. That translates to roughly $2 to $3 million per episode in today's economy. For comparison, most sitcoms of that era cost around $500,000 per episode. The Cosby Show was spending Hollywood movie money on television. Why was it so expensive? First, that New York location we mentioned. Studio space, crew salaries, equipment rentals, everything cost premium prices in Manhattan. Second, Bill Cosby demanded movie-level production quality. The sets were lavishly designed and constantly updated. The brownstone house set alone cost over $500,000 to build and maintain throughout the series run. Third, the show featured incredible guest stars who commanded serious money. When Stevie Wonder appeared on the show, he didn't work for scale. When jazz legends like Dizzy Gillespie or Lena Horne made appearances, they were paid top-tier rates. The show regularly featured live musical performances that required hiring entire orchestras and professional sound engineers. The wardrobe budget alone was ridiculous. Cosby's famous sweaters, each one cost hundreds of dollars, and he wore dozens throughout the series. Claire's professional attorney wardrobe was supplied by high-end designers. The children's clothes were always stylish and expensive. The total wardrobe budget over 8 seasons exceeded $2 million. During its 8-year run, The Cosby Show produced 201 episodes. Simple math tells us that's over $200 million in production costs using conservative estimates. In today's money, we're talking about a production budget exceeding $500 million for the entire series run. That's Marvel movie money for a family sitcom. But here's the incredible part. Every penny was worth it financially. The Cosby Show became the #1 rated show on television for 5 consecutive years. Only one other sitcom in TV history has achieved that feat. NBC was charging advertisers premium rates for commercial time during the show. A 30-second commercial spot during The Cosby Show cost up to $300,000, which was unheard of for television at the time. The major sponsors lined up to be associated with the show. Coca-Cola paid tens of millions for exclusive beverage partnerships. Jell-O, which Bill endorsed separately, saw their sales increase by 300% during the show's peak years. McDonald's, Ford Motor Company, and other major brands fought for advertising slots during the show. But the real financial genius move was Bill Cosby's syndication deal. He negotiated to own 20% of all profits from the show, including future syndication rights. When The Cosby Show went into reruns, it generated over $1.5 billion in syndication revenue over the following decades. Bill Cosby's 20% cut meant he earned at least $300 million from syndication alone. On top of his original production earnings, the show also revolutionized how child actors were paid and protected. Before The Cosby Show, kids on TV shows were often paid minimal amounts. The success of the young cast members led to new industry standards for child performer contracts, trust funds, and educational requirements that are still used today. Interestingly, The Cosby Show's expensive production model proved that audiences would respond to high-quality television. The show's success paved the way for the premium television we see today. Netflix, HBO, and other networks spending millions per episode on shows. That started with The Cosby Show proving viewers could tell the difference between cheap and expensive production values. The financial impact extended far beyond just the main cast. The show employed over 700 people throughout its run. Writers, directors, camera operators, set designers, makeup artists, caterers, security, and dozens of other professionals. Many of these crew members worked on the show for multiple seasons, creating stable, well-paying jobs in the entertainment industry. Even the show's merchandise was a goldmine. Cosby Show books, toys, clothing, and other products generated tens of millions in additional revenue. The show's soundtrack albums sold millions of copies. The famous Cosby sweaters became a fashion trend that clothing manufacturers capitalized on for years. Unfortunately, the financial legacy took a devastating hit when Bill Cosby's legal troubles began in 2014. Reruns were pulled from most networks, cutting off the residual income that cast and crew members had been receiving for decades. Malcolm-Jamal Warner publicly discussed how this impacted his finances, saying it was literally taking money out of my pocket. The show's merchandise was discontinued, DVD sales stopped, and streaming platforms removed the series. Millions of dollars in ongoing revenue simply vanished overnight. Cast members who had been receiving steady residual checks for years suddenly saw that income disappear. But here's what's remarkable about the financial legacy of the Cosby Show. Even with all the controversy, entertainment industry professionals still study it as a masterclass in television economics. Film schools teach courses about how the show proved that diversity and quality programming could be incredibly profitable. The financial model of high-budget, high-quality sitcoms that The Cosby Show pioneered is still used today. Comparing The Cosby Show to other hit shows of the 1980s really puts the numbers in perspective. Cheers, another NBC hit, cost about $500,000 per episode. Family Ties cost around $400,000. Growing Pains was produced for about $350,000 per episode. The Cosby Show was spending 2 to 3 times more than its competition, but it was also earning 5 to 10 times more revenue. The show's financial success also launched the careers of everyone involved into stratospheric wealth. Bill Cosby became one of the wealthiest entertainers in America. Felicia Rashad parlayed her success into a prestigious theater and film career. The young cast members were set for life financially before they graduated high school. Even supporting cast members and frequent guest stars saw their careers and bank accounts benefit enormously. Actors who appeared in multiple episodes often earned enough to buy houses or cars from just a few days of work on The Cosby Show. The international syndication market was another massive revenue stream. The Cosby Show was sold to television networks in over 100 countries. Each international deal was worth millions of dollars. The show's universal themes of family, education, and success translated across cultures, making it valuable worldwide. Today, more than 30 years after the series ended, The Cosby Show remains one of the most financially successful television productions in history. Despite being largely unavailable due to the controversy, the show generated over $2 billion in total revenue during its original run and syndication years. The financial lessons from The Cosby Show continue to influence television production today. The series proved that audiences would reward high-quality, expensive productions with loyalty and viewership. It demonstrated that diverse casting and authentic family stories could be incredibly profitable. It showed that giving creative control to talented performers could result in both artistic and financial success. So there you have it, the incredible financial empire hidden behind those cozy Thursday night episodes we all loved. The Cosby Show wasn't just entertainment. It was a billion-dollar business that changed television forever. Every joke, every heartwarming family moment, every one of Cliff's ridiculous sweaters was part of a carefully crafted financial machine that made everyone involved wealthy beyond their wildest dreams. And you know what's amazing? When you go back and watch those episodes now, you can actually see where all that money went. The quality is still incredible, the performances are still perfect, and that family warmth still feels genuine. It cost a fortune to make, but it was worth every single penny. What's your favorite financial fact about The Cosby Show? Which cast member's salary surprised you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more shocking behind-the-scenes secrets from your favorite classic TV shows.